all well. Sorry I'm a little late. I was doing some things, but I'm happy to be here. It's Friday, all right? For many people, that is the end of their week. Their week is finishing up. For me, Fridays and Saturdays, for where I work, for my jobs, is very busy. Very, very busy. Busiest times of the week. All right, I see some awesome people here already. CR. Well, looks like I'm Uno. LOL. Shawnee Grows. Show will start soon. Welcome in, CR, and welcome in, Shawnee Grows. How are you, CR? How's your day going? How about you, Shawnee? How's your day going? Thank you for being here, CR. Thank you for being here, Shawnee. All right. We are live. Refresh your screen. Thank you for letting people know to refresh their screen. I'm going to try to be on time better, but whoo, busy, busy, busy. No, it looked like it froze. Shawnee Grows wrote, honestly, I had some parenting to do this morning that was about safety. Are we back? Well, the clock is ticking, it's counting or whatever. So hopefully you could hear me. Wi-Fi is on. I get nervous when live streams buffer, reconnect, lose service, whatever, because I get nervous that my wife and I might lose whatever watch hours have been accrued up to that point. Yes, we are good. Live is good now. Thank you, Shawnee, for letting me know. Windy and not much sun today, but relatively warm, even though I got my long sleeve and my hat on. CR, I got more snow again, LOL. Whoa. Canada, man, Canada. Wow, it's April. Shawnee Grows. Okay, my day today. We finished our language arts lessons. Later today, we head to the caterer for pick up our cookie order. Then strawberry truck. What do you mean strawberry truck? Shawnee wrote rain here. I'm seeing 21 accounts playing this right now. Folks, if you're scrolling, stop scrolling. Hang out right here. Okay, you have the chance to do something that's very kind and completely free. And that is play this live stream. That helps my wife, our two sons, and myself move towards our YouTube dreams. And I'm here. If you folks have any questions, as long as it's nothing bad, drop them in the comments and I might have answers for you. I keep it real. Keyword, might have answers for you. Open discussion. So for those of you who might be new to Mine and My Wife's channel, open discussions, really simple. Don't bother writing anything bad. If you have something that's good, wholesome, okay, and you want to talk about it, drop it in the comments. I will review and consider talking about it. I think I might have read Shawnee Grows' comment about rain here before. I think I read that before, maybe. CR, but temperature is rising. All right, well, great to know the temperature is rising, man. We haven't had snow here in at least 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks or more. I say here, I'm talking about Missouri. 9 accounts playing this right now. Let's go, let's grow. If you're a content creator and you're lurking, you're just watching, whatever, I'm going to give you some advice, and I hope you listen. This live stream is definitely the type of live stream you want to be involved in, and I'll tell you why. I mean, I want you folks, my wife wants you folks to be here to help us get watch hours. You folks should want to be here as content creators because my wife and I are connected to some amazing supportive people in the YouTube world. And you can make some connections that are quality connections, right? And I'm using the word quality, and I want to get into that a little bit. Not every connection you make on YouTube is going to be a quality connection. Just getting a subscriber, just getting someone to click that subscribe button. Yeah, your number for subscriber count will go up, but that doesn't really help a channel grow. What helps a channel grow, most important thing, is watch time. Now, people might disagree. They might think views. They might think, what I've done a pretty good amount of research. Watch hours is king when it comes to growing a channel, because you might have a lot of views. You might have 1,000 views on a long form video, and 990 of those people might not have lasted past 30 seconds. And that shows the algorithm that people are not really interested. And slash, or perhaps there's a disconnect between your title and or your thumbnail and the actual video itself. So quality connections like Shawnee Grows, CR, they're awesome people who actually show support. They actually watch mine and my wife's videos. And those are the type of people you want to be connected to. I think people should prefer 1,000 subscribers who are actually active and engaged and have higher engagement rates than having 10,000 subscribers that rarely or never watch their videos. Okay. Evelyn's rather 263 wrote, "Hey, welcome in, Evelyn." CR wrote, watch when I can. Yeah, I get it, man. Just do what you can do when you can and when you want to. And it's not like in life you should only do things when you want to. That's where discipline and rather self-discipline comes into play. If there's some things you know you should do, preferably you do them without being told. Merrick Pataki on said hi. Welcome in, Merrick, and welcome in, Evelyn's. All right, I'm seeing 9 accounts playing this right now. And there were some awesome people hitting that like, because I'm seeing 7 likes. Let's go. Let's grow. I didn't even make a goal for my first goal for the number of likes yet. Something I typically do in live streams. I like making goals, right? Micro goals in life, macro goals in life. My first goal for likes for this live stream is going to be 12. 12 likes. I would love to see it. And I need your help. Anybody who's playing this right now, hit that like. So I think I want to continue talking about quality versus quantity when it comes to support on YouTube. Again, 1,000 subscribers who are actively engaged in your channel, watching your videos, liking, commenting, sharing, my opinion, is way better than 10,000 subscribers who rarely or never watch your videos. Okay? And feel free, Shawnee, CR, I know you folks are very intelligent. If you have something to add to that, please do it in the comments. Merrick Pataki, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. That just made me think of the scene from Goodfellas. What am I, a clown? What am I, here to amuse you? Am I funny? What's so funny about me? If you know that scene from Goodfellas, type in the comments that you know that scene. That's something like when someone says like, oh, am I funny? What's so funny about me? Or whatever, stuff like that or whatever. However frequently I'm reminded of that scene. Always Survive wrote, hey, welcome in, Always Survive in the house. There's another awesome content creator. I say another because I already mentioned Shawnee Grows and Creative Redundancy as awesome content creators. Door's gonna hit not that hard. I'm gonna shut that. It's windy here, folks. I'll be right back. All right. I'm seeing the number of accounts jump up and jump down. If you're scrolling, stop scrolling. Hang out right here. Hang out. You might learn something. You might be entertained. Perhaps both. Maybe you'll make some connections for your channel. Get some subscribers. Get some people to show you support. Shawnee Grows. The fruit truck delivers from the farm to one location in multiple towns. Yes, they deliver to Missouri. Each month has a new fruit. You pay for a box at the truck. Very cool. Local or somewhat local fruit. Very cool. I like that. Whenever possible, folks, support local businesses, support local growers, local farmers, specifically support people, farmers and growers who grow organically. Organic stuff, or at least stuff that's labeled organic, which, by the way, is frequently anywhere from frequently to always not actually organic. That's a different discussion. Just wanted to touch on that lightly. Stuff that's labeled organic can be prohibitively expensive. Like, my wife and I don't always buy organic food. We would love to, um, but a lot of times it's very expensive. So I know that a lot of hardworking middle class people, lower class people, they don't have the money to always buy organic. But whenever possible, support organic growers, specifically local organic growers. A lot of people do this, right? Oh, that annoys me. That gets me mad. I am so fed up with people that do this and don't do. For example, and I think I was thinking about this before, people that will say, maybe on Facebook, in real life, maybe both, support local businesses, support local brick and mortar businesses, buy local. If you buy from a big corp, then you're just buying a CEO another yacht. But if you buy from a local business, you're supporting Johnny's martial arts lessons and Katie's dance lessons and helping a local family put food on the table. Well, all that is true. I have seen it with my own eyes. A lot of people don't actually put their money where their big mouths are and support local. Like, my wife and I, we support local. Sure, we also shop at Walmart. Convenient, whatever. Um, Options, lots of options, right? But like, my wife and I, we multiple times did a little stand, like a little farmers market kind of a stand, selling some stuff. And we had very little support. And we live in a rural community full of people that are supposedly freedom loving people that want to support local businesses, and they'll drive right by, go get the fast food, which is disgusting. And we got very little support. And I know our products were amazing. I know they were priced well. A lot of people just want to do this. They just want to do that. A lot of people posture. They virtue signal. They want to be self-righteous and sound like a good person. So around Christmas time, they'll post things like I talked about before about supporting local businesses. And they will not support local businesses. So I just wanted to talk about that, folks. Please support local businesses. It's very important. Without the support, we have less and less options, and the big corps are centralizing, consolidating. They're getting control. If you look at the meat industries, pork, chicken, beef, whatever, you go back 100 years ago, there were hundreds or thousands of different companies offering different things, competing with one another to provide hopefully better products and better service, better prices for customers. And over the years, it gets chopped down. Now we've got like two, three, four, whatever. I'm just throwing numbers out there to paint a picture for you folks. A few companies that control all of the chicken sold in America. That's not good. That's not good. That is really, really bad. Um, and it's not always done. I would say most of the time, maybe all the time, it's not done organically through true free market capitalism. It's corporate cronyism, and they're lobbying and they're supporting politicians who are supporting them, and they're just chewing up these small companies, giving Americans, and this happens around the world as well, products that are lower and lower and lower and lower in quality, and prices still seem to be going up, folks. So if you like options, buy local. That might be a rant, but I think I covered some important stuff there. Always survive at work. I'll be listening. Thank you so much, brother. Shawnee Grows, I can send you the schedule. Okay, about the fruit truck thing or whatever. That's cool. I would like to learn about that. Twinbrook Acres. Greetings, Earthlings. Welcome in, Twinbrook Acres. I'm happy you made it. Shawnee Grows. Always wash your produce from the store. When it's homegrown, there's less of a need for washing. Excellent point, Shawnee. I absolutely agree. There are sprays, waxes, and different garbage put on produce sold in the stores, maybe specifically fruit, maybe non-fruit produce as well. And it's all about, and I'm not against being about money. Business is business. It's not a charity. People should try to make a profit, right? And contrary to what a lot of the media says, or a lot of people say, it's not always like some predatory, abusive corp that's taking advantage of people, but it's very common. And the bigger the corp, the higher the chances that they're doing some evil, bad stuff. Okay. Shrinkflation. There's another thing that happens. I'm not going to get too much into that or get into that. I'm not going to get into that or get too much into that right now. But yeah, like it's for them, it's all about money to the point where they're hurting people. Now they want things to last longer. They want things to ship well and look nice. They don't want a piece of bruised fruit or something that maybe the color might fade or something. So they spray it with this garbage and we eat it. 15 accounts playing this right now. Let's go. Stop scrolling. Hang out right here with me and some awesome people in the chat. Please hang out. It's a kind, free thing you can do to help my wife, our 2 sons, and myself. And just give us a chance. Hang out. We got some great people, some people that are experts in about certain topics in the chat right now. I'm seeing 9 likes. Thank you to everybody who hit the like. Don't scroll. Stop and hang out for a little bit. Just chill. Just chill. Hang out. Open discussion as long as it's nothing bad. Mention a topic you'd like to talk about it. I will review and consider said topic or said topics. Now, my first goal for likes is 12. If you have not hit the like already, stop what you're doing. Boom, hit the like. Thanks in advance if you do it. All right. CR welcomed in Twin. Thank you, CR, for welcoming in Twin. Merrick Pataki wrote hi. Oh, Merrick Pataki, what was your ha 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 about earlier? Please let me know. CR, some items may be harder to get local while other items pretty straightforward. Might not know what you mean by pretty straightforward, but yes, certain items are hard to get local. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think it's our responsibility as more who want to support local businesses to take at least a little time and do the research. That could be using Google to look up local food producing businesses, throwing a post up on Facebook, any recommendations. That might be great for you. Maybe you've got a lot of connections on Facebook. Looking for recommendations. Does anybody know any farms that are local, that grow organically and sell to the public? Boom. You might find something that's has great product, great food for great pricing, and it could be a really great situation. You help a local business, you get higher quality than most are all store-bought food for your family and food for yourselves. So Google, throw a Facebook post up, ask around. Yeah, I'm talking about the ancient art of conversation. You know, like what our parents and our grandparents and our great-grandparents did, and all of our ancestors. They spoke to other human beings, right? They spoke to other people created in the image of God, and they had conversations. I'm old school. I love conversations. I love face-to-face conversations. And some people are very knowledgeable about the businesses in your community and maybe the surrounding communities they might know about as well. All right. Shawnee Grows being awesome. Welcome in. If you're just joining us, this channel's live stream is an open discussion. What's on your mind? Question mark. Put it in the chat. Live every Friday, 12 p.m. Central Time. Shawnee Gross, thank you so much for writing all that awesome information. CR, 5x5, I saw that. Somebody, actually I think it might have been some people, wrote 5x5 recently. I mean, in the recent live stream or live streams, and I think I already forgot what it means. Please let me know in the comments what that means. I think, again. Shawnee Grows, a lot of people like to report others' produce stands for not following rules instead of just directly talking to the owner. Shawnee, you're on fire today. Yes. Have a conversation, right? Instead of hurting someone's business, maybe they have really good intentions. Maybe they're really just trying to sell a great product, and maybe they're trying to make money to feed their family, feed themselves, and you're going to go and get the dumb ornament involved and negatively affect that person's family instead of just saying, hey, Johnny, what's up with this, man? You know, let's get that produce off the ground. Let's lift it up. Let's do this. Let's do that. You know, have a conversation, right? And you might be hit with a brick wall, as you might end up talking to a brick wall, like figuratively, obviously. And you might have someone who is open to critique, who actually listens to others. And they might say, hey, thanks, Shawnee. I never thought of that. I've just been busy. I was distracted. I didn't think about that. Let me fix that. Right? Hey, thanks for the heads up. I'm going to look into that. I'm going to do some research, or I'm going to change what we do. Have a conversation. You don't need the schmederal, schmug, schmadministration to, like, be your mommy and daddy and do all of the thinking for you. Right? A lot of corruption when it comes to dummern mint schmagencies. And I'm speaking cryptically on purpose. You might think that's stupid, but I'm going to do what I do on mine and my wife's channel for the reason or reasons that I do it. CR, or shrinkflation. Yes, I mentioned shrinkflation before. Shrinkflation is irrefutably real. I mentioned this in a recent live stream or live streams. I found a channel recently, this guy who goes with a scale, and it seems legit. Zeroes out the scale to make sure no funny business with the scale. It's accurate, it's true, it's real. Shows you that the scale is working correctly or almost correctly. Weighs the items and shows, like in a dollar store, I think maybe Walmart as well, shows how we're getting robbed. Straight up robbed. I'm going to flip this table over. Like, really? I just want to know what I'm getting for my money. My wife and I work very hard. My wife works a full-time job. I work 2 jobs. And if I want to buy something that says net weight 2 pounds, give me the weight. Don't sell me 1.2 pounds. Like, it's all with food. I don't want to say it's all. I'm going to correct that. With food, a lot of the stuff we're dealing with around the world as regular, common folks, we're getting less product for higher prices. We're getting product that is going down in quality for higher prices. Like, if you're not growing your own food or trying to grow some of your own food right now, what are you doing? Be honest with yourselves. If you're watching this right now, and it's time to stop and self-reflect. What are you doing? Don't take everything I say to be true. I'm going to tell you, I'm a very, very honest person. I try to always speak the truth. I do more research about many things than most people will do in their entire lifetimes. Okay? In their entire lifetimes. Yes, there. I research things people aren't even aware of. And I can tell you, the average person is getting ripped off hardcore. If you're not at least growing herbs in your windowsill, what are you doing? Be responsible. Self-reflect right now. That's another ancient lost art, like the art of conversation. Self-reflection. I see less and less people willing to keep it real with themselves and admit when they make a mistake, admit when they fail, admit when they did something bad, and be an adult and be better. If you're a grown man, you're a grown woman. If you're married, you have a responsibility to take care of your spouse. Men, take care of your wives. Wives, take care of your husbands. If you have a child or children, it's your responsibility to take care of your child or children. Okay? So, how honest are you going to be right now? Are you going to say, I'm being lazy? I'm being lazy. I'd rather watch Netflix than provide delicious and nutritious food for my family. I would respect that so much if more people were honest. I really would. I see it is a trend, purely anecdotal, my observational truth. It is a trend that less and less people self reflect. They're not even, less and less people are willing to self reflect. And it's really bad. It's one of the number one problems in society, in the world, as far as people that I've noticed. Just admit things. You're playing too many video games. You're watching too many sports. You're watching too much Netflix. You're being lazy. You're being fat. You're being whatever. Be better. I have a tremendous amount of respect for people that are like, yeah, I just have not made it a priority. I've been lazy. I have not managed my time well. I like the convenience of whatever's available in stores. Keep it real. And your life, more important than your own life, if you're living selflessly how you should be living, your family's life will get better and your life will get better. The lives of the people in your community will get better. The lives of people around the world will get better when you self-reflect honestly and you make better choices. Please, people, be better. Shawnee Grows, buy local rant. I saw that earlier, read it in my brain. There's another rant that I just went on. Shawnee Grows, a good way to wash store-bought produce is using water, apple cider vinegar, and baking soda. Soaking, mixing. Rinsing, then drying on a towel. What ways do you all wash your produce? That's excellent information, Shawnee. We've bought some, hopefully all natural, fruit wash and fruit and slash or produce wash or whatever in the past. Vinegar is a great option. Hot water also will do certain things or help out at least a little bit. Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors. Hello from Milton. I believe Milton, Florida. All right. Thank you so much for being here, Jailbait. I'm going to lose too much of the chat. Boom. All right. All right. Or time sensitive. All right. Let me see. Oh, no. Oh, no. I hope I didn't lose this. Folks, if you're watching this, please stay here. I had to do something I chose to do something for work really quick. Oh, no. Okay, I'm seeing the clock froze, and then it started moving again, and then it froze again. Let me get caught up in this chat if I can. And please, if you're here playing this live stream, please don't go anywhere. Please hang out. And my apologies for the interruption, folks. I just responded to something about work. Tried to do it quickly. I don't even see myself on the screen. If you can see me, please let me know. I'm going to minimize it again. That will fix it. Okay, I see myself again. All right. Lots in the chat that I missed. All right. Going back in the chat. You folks, thank you so much. Everybody who's been active in the chat. And again, I'm so sorry for the buffering or whatever issue or issues the live stream just had. I saw something about work and it was a time sensitive thing. And I just wanted to take care of that real quick. And to everybody who stayed here and waited through that, thank you so much. I'm not sure if I finished my welcome into Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors. If I did, I'll do it again. And if I did not, I'll do it now. Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors, thank you so much for being here. You're awesome. And again, I think that's Milton, Florida, if my memory is correct. CR, I'm chopping and eventually dropping once snow melts more. Maybe drop it right on the snow? Question mark. Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors, I am like number 10. Thank you so much. JBTO. How about Jabado? Jail, bait. Oh, that's one word. Jado. I'm trying to think of a way to shorten your name up. Shawnee Gross, replace coffee, chocolate, and other things that don't grow where you are with substitutes that do grow local to you. Yes, think native, think local. What grows well where you are? One of the most exciting things about gardening to me is trying to push the so-called limits, break the so-called rules. We grow tropical stuff. We grow citrus here in Missouri. We do different things. Um, However, the lion's share, the majority of what we grow is like time tested, proven stuff that can grow in zone 7A. Okay. But the other stuff is fun, right? At least for me, it's fun to grow stuff that doesn't grow native here or typically grow well if you were to leave it outside all the time. We don't have a greenhouse. We bring containers in and out to make our citrus grow. Shawnee Grows, Minnesota has a farm direct place to get all farms contact info to buying anything you want, depending on how far you'll travel in the state. Excellent info. Thank you so much, Shawnee Grows, for writing that. Shawnee Grows, that's funny. One of our lessons in language arts today was how to have a conversation. That is an excellent topic. It really is like a lost skill, right? It really is a lost skill. And let me tell you, folks, I'm going today. I am going today. Let me tell you right now. All right, listen. The skill of being able to volley a conversation and communicate well, skills, I'm going to change it to plural, are so important. When you can communicate well, if you're a single person, dating will be so much better for you, right? Sales will go so much better for you, right? Fostering business relationships will go so much better for you. Making friends, finding commonality between you and a person or people will go so much better for you. And I'm a natural communicator. I am not shy. I speak my mind. I frequently try to be very friendly, bubbly, outgoing, encouraging. And I know not everyone's like that. So what do you do about that? It goes back to self-reflecting. How you doing? What do you do about that? Maybe you're thinking right now, well, I am shy. Sometimes I feel like I don't have the right words. Maybe that's not always quote because sometimes certain words are correct, certain words are incorrect. Maybe you don't know what to say. What are you going to do about it? You can connect with coaches who will teach you how to communicate. As a matter of fact, I'm going to offer that service right now. And you folks frequently see me like in a very relaxed, chilling, like right now, open discussion type of live stream environment or whatever it is. But let me tell you, I would be lying if I did not say that I have phenomenal sales skills. Phenomenal sales skills. I have an amazing resume of different types of sales experience. If any of you want some coaching, you want to know how to approach, for you guys out there, how to approach a beautiful woman that you respect, that you're interested in, and you want to spark a conversation, right? You want to get to know her, I'm here for you. I will coach you. You want to learn how to foster business relationships, I will coach you. You want to learn sales techniques that are moral and create win-win or win-win-win, maybe more wins, situations, I will coach you. Like straight up email me. Mine and my wife's email is on our landing page, description page, whatever. It is hhomestead numeral 3 at gmail.com. I think that's it. Let me try to get caught up in the chat, folks. I'm like pumped today. Twin Brook Acres. Most of my produce comes from my property or a neighboring farm. Power claps for that. Amazing that most of Twin Brook Acres produce comes from their property or a neighboring farm. My meats and dairy come from other local farms. That whole comment is amazing, Twinbrook Acres. Great job making great choices for your family and for yourself. That is assuming you're not alone, sir. I believe Twinbrook Acres, I think his name might be Rick. Shawnee Grows, meaning 5x5, meaning 5 out of 5 signal strength and 5 out of 5 clarity. Essentially loud and clear or perfectly clear. Shawnee Grows, thank you so much for clarifying. Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors 5x5, loud and clear. Thank you so much, Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors, for clarifying. Shawnee Grows origin, it comes from military. I'm going to start over. Origin, it comes from military radio terminology, where it rates signal strength and clarity on a scale of 1 through 5. Thank you for that information, Shawnee. That's very cool. I love learning stuff. CR, 5x5, usually all good or working like sound or video. All right. Shawnee Grows, it's almost the weekend. What's going on there? I might have missed a thing or things in the chat. All right. I am, CR earlier wrote, makes conversations, capital C, capital R. See what you did there, CR. Thank you, CR, for staying active in the chat. All right. Not sure what Shawnee Grows comment about the weekend to Jailbait Tackle and Outdoors was about. Shawnee Grows, Twinbrook Acres, right on. Yeah, right on Twinbrook Acres. Great job doing that stuff that you wrote about in your earlier comment. Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors, trying to do some work for veterans and send some gifts to YouTube meetups. What do you mean by gifts to YouTube meetups? Shawnee Grows, tipflation. What do you mean by tipflation? Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors. Scale Dude legendary, Walmart and Kroger. I wonder if you're talking about the same person that I found their content recently. I think I said that incorrectly, but hopefully you folks know what I mean. I wonder if Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors is talking about the same guy that I was talking about. Shawnee Grows, shopping hack. Bags of potatoes that are all priced one amount. You as the shopper should weigh each bag and buy the heavier bag for the best deal. Wow. Simple, great tip. Shawnee, thank you for sharing that. That's amazing. My wife and I might have to start walking around with a scale or something. For my wife or me. At least one scale, bring it to the supermarket. I mean, nowadays, it's crazy. It's crazy. But it seems like that's what people have to do to make sure they're actually getting their money's worth. Insane. And people are not perfect. Machines are not perfect. So weight being a little bit off, fine. But when you're 10% or more off on the weight, unacceptable. It should be unacceptable to you people. Green onion is not hard to grow. Absolutely. Great point, CR. I recommend Egyptian walking onions. Tiny bulbils. They fall down. They self-plant. They come back every year. Strong. Relatively large. Kind of sweet in flavor. Delicious. Nutritious. Perennial. No excuse. You got an area like 2-3 feet big on your property somewhere. Plant them. As long as it's preferably in a non-toxin or low-toxin area on your property, and you can grow food, and it's hands-off. All you pretty much have to do is harvest. Leave some bulbils on there to replant. That's it. Done. Buy some Egyptian walking onion bulbils. I believe they're bulbils. Off of like Etsy, maybe even Amazon. Plant them. You have food. I don't accept many excuses / reasons, whatever they are, when that people come up with why they can't grow any of their own food. I'm chopping for chop and drop while I listen. Great job, CR. Staying productive. Shawnee Grows. I'm going to interview Andy, and he will be teaching how to set up a container garden this year to grow food. April 9th at 9 p.m. Central. When you say Andy, are you talking about the gentleman that was on your live stream panel with me, Robin, and David recently? Is that who you're talking about, Shawnee? I think I was trying to remember the gentleman's name recently. Shawnee Gross, self-reflection rant. Yes, self-reflection rant. Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors. Name 3 easy veggie plants to grow in patio planters for a newbie. I am saying tomatoes, peppers, not close to tomatoes, and maybe carrots. I think those are great options. I think those are great options. I know this is not what you asked, but I'm just going to throw something out there as a recommendation, folks. I think herbs, for more than one reason that I might not get into, should be the first thing that people start growing. Quickly, I'm just going to say nutrition, medicinal, relatively easy to grow, don't require a lot of space, and they're typically very expensive in the stores. There's just some reasons, maybe all of them. So if they're not doing that, then I would recommend growing the herbs before they get into peppers, tomatoes, all that. Peppers, tomatoes, sometimes real easy, sometimes not, sometimes very difficult. And then there's growing tomatoes, and then there's growing tomatoes well. And in that difference is what separates intermediate and advanced gardeners from beginner gardeners. But those are great choices. Carrots, I think, as far as timing, might not be that easy. Letting them be kissed by the frost before you harvest them, or just leaving them in the container, is best. It helps to sweeten the carrots up. I think those are good or great options. Potatoes in containers, very easy, lots of calories, right? Lots of nutrients, relatively easy. You need you don't need. It's best to grow potatoes in a relatively large container, like a grow bag or a large container, but you can successfully grow potatoes in 5-gallon buckets. I recommend food grade. That maybe is obvious, but maybe it's not obvious to some people. Food grade 5-gallon buckets are great for potatoes. JB, I say green onion, and it has Vite C2. Buffering. Oh no, that buffering might have been from earlier. Still here. We might be back. Still here. No cold freeze. All right. I think I might not be understanding a comment or comments, but I'm just going to keep moving forward, trying to get caught up in this chat. Tip, maybe not use your personal phone for these live streams so you can still answer your phone messages without stream interruptions. Yes, that's a great idea. And maybe I'll be setting up, I'll be using a different phone for the vertical. I don't even know if I could do vertical from a laptop, but that's a great idea. I just don't know if I would have an extra phone to do that. I do have another phone, but it might not work as well as this phone that I'm using now. Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors. I need to move my location before I have to head to work. What do you mean move your location? I do add the coffee grounds on the snowed garden bed. That'll help it melt. I think you might have mentioned that in a previous live stream or previous live streams. YouTube Police 29. Sup, Triple H. What's up? YouTube Police 29. I believe that's Gary. Yes, Gary. Sup, chat. Sup, Shawnee Gross. Welcome in, Gary. Sup, Gary. Oh, Gary is Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors. Well, maybe Gary is also YouTube Police's name. Boss just walked up. BRB if I can. You tell that boss. You're doing something important right now. I'm joking. Don't lose your job over my joke. Because of my joke. Shawnee Grows. Increase for coaching sessions. Contact the channel through email listed on the channel info spot. Thank you, Shawnee, for writing that. Tipflation. A blend of tip and inflation refers to the increasing pressure to tip more frequently and at higher default percentage, often 20 to 30% for services that previously did not require it. I am absolutely an expert when it comes to tipping. 25 years in the food industry, serving, bartending, doing different things. Owned a restaurant for a period of time. General manager of more than one fine dining restaurant. More than one very successful fine dining restaurant. All that being said, I think many servers and bartenders are spoiled. They expect more than they should get. Industry standards based on state to state. And I'm going to do a video on this. It's going to piss a lot of people off. Typically between 15 to 20% is acceptable for good service. Okay, for dining out. However, I do not think people should be tipping for certain jobs when they're hitting minimum wage and higher, and it's you know something that typically was not tipped in the past. I don't think all those things should be tipped. The tip for dining out for a bartender, server, that is expected. And I can get into all the breakdown as far as the percentages and how that gets shared with the busser and or host or hostess and or server assistant and or whoever. So a lot of times it's not going just to your server. It's for a team of people that make things happen. So you don't have to clean up, cook. You just sit there and enjoy your meal. Um, I have a very fair, balanced approach when it comes to tipping. I am naturally an advocate for good or great service, tipping well. And I do not believe minimum wage is the way that people should go for servers and bartenders. And I could get into that in detail in a different video. I don't even want to get too much into it because people might take a thing or things that I say and not understand it without context, without more information. But if I'm buying a candy bar, I don't want to give someone a tip for that. That's absolutely insane. Yeah, it's a lot of that comes from entitlement. People think they deserve, and they don't. And the people want to make more money, learn more skills, take on a job that you can make more money. Twimbrook Acres. Yes, my name is Rick. Thank you, Rick, for letting me know. Good memory. Thank you. My wife passed away in 2024. I am so sorry to hear that. I am so sorry. I'm resurrecting the garden this year with my daughter and grandchildren. I want to teach them some self-sustainability. Great job, Rick. Great job. Do that. Get that garden going. Get it growing. Teach your daughter. Teach your grandchildren. Awesome job. Shawnee goes, such as self-service kiosks, coffee shops, and takeout counters. Driven by digital payment screens, this trend is leading to tip fatigue. Yeah, Shawnee, I'm not going to say in every situation that is horrible, but in many situations, maybe most situations, aside from server, bartender situations, aside from drawing a blank. Wow, drawing a blank. Wow. People that park your vehicle, retrieve your vehicle, stuff like that. $5, whatever, a few bucks, $10, whatever. Aside from situations like that, yeah. A lot of those situations, people should not be getting tips. And if you do, it should be at your own discretion, not with pressure. $1, $2, $3, $4 are enough. I will recommend, folks, if you are placing to-go orders from a restaurant, though, please tip something. Do not tip the state by state or 12 to 20, 15 to 20% for service. That's full service. Do not tip that. And I could get into this. I am an absolute expert on this. I've thought of this from many different angles. I've broken it down in a formulaic manner, percentages, what gets shared, what doesn't get shared. I really could get into this, and I think I want to post a video about this in the future. Maybe not on this channel, maybe on our next channel we'll be launching, which that's something different. I'll get into it another time. For takeout can be just as much, if not more work than dining in. Or even if it's less work than dining in, which I think it typically is less work than dining in service done well. $5 to have somebody get all your stuff, pack it up, label things, do whatever, make sure it's correct. There's a lot more that goes into it that a lot of people, just from ignorance, they just don't know. Give the person $2, $3, $4, $5. If it's a large order, $100 or more, maybe $10 or more. And that often is split up by people. So if you like having your food look nice, be correct, you like having stuff packaged so you don't have to do anything, you can throw it out when you're done or whatever, give them a few dollars. That's just a recommendation. Knowing the behind the scenes and how tips are shared and all of that. CR, keep up the good work and memories with them, twin. Yes, keep up the good work and memories with them, Twinbrook Acres. Shawnee Grows, being the land, saving seeds. Being with the land, saving seeds from the land. Being in the garden with the next generation are all warm hugs. Might not know what you mean by warm hugs. They're all great things. Yippee, I see some sun now. Canada. I could never live in Canada. Shawnee Grows, Andy is from Meg's Edible Landscape. Yes, you were on panel with him. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Shawnee Grows, 3 plants for a container. Bush green beans, leaf lettuce, parsley, nasturtiums, high ROI, brings in flavor, brings in pollinators, all edible. Those are great choices. I particularly like the green beans and parsley options. Parsley is so delicious, so nutritious, and relatively easy to grow. And you don't need a massive amount of space for parsley. It's versatile. You can use it many ways and many things. Yeah. And green beans, there's some calories, some nutrition, some hold up. Oh no. Some calories, some nutrition. And they're great. If you can trellis them, you're good. Like green beans, sugar snap peas, things like that. Great. All right. Still in the discussion with the assistant chief, but he had to take a call for a moment. Thank you, YouTube police, for staying active in the chat. CR, when you're behind chat, context changes like I wrote this at 50 after the hour. When you're behind chat, context changes. Yeah, CR, you're right. I'm getting caught up because you awesome people are staying active in the chat, and I've been having rants and rants or rants. So yeah, I might not understand everything that's happening in the chat, and that's fine, I think. What's on your family's must grow list? Got to run. Y'all have a wonderful Good Friday. Oh yes, today is Good Friday. I think I might be able to make it to church tonight. I think I'm off of work this evening. Whoa, this is amazing. I should probably check that chat and make sure I am off of work this evening. Shawnee Grows, Twinbrook Acres. My mother passed away. Hopefully it comes back. I really hope none of these accrued watch hours are lost. All right. Twinbrook Acres. My mother passed away in 2024. I now garden her land with my children. We were able to keep the seeds she saved and grow them to continue growing with her. And saving. That is awesome that you were able to keep her seeds and garden her land and do it with your children. Those are awesome things, Shawnee Grows. Great job. Twinbrook Acres. Not sure at this point, Shawnee, what to grow yet. I want to try pumpkins and watermelons again. Pumpkins and watermelons, we've only grown like one successful watermelon. I keep it real. I think they need a lot of water. I think they need heat, a lot of sunshine. We're going for it, though. Very nice way to honor your mother, Shawnee. I agree, Rick. When I say Rick, that's a gentleman from Twinbrook Acres. We'll check to see if you're off work this evening for your church event. Thank you, Shawnee. Oh, I'm almost caught up in the chat. CR, message retracted. Twinbrook Acres. Oh, those are great money savers to grow pumpkins. Yes, pumpkins are delicious. Super nutritious. And you get a lot of volume, a lot of calories, right? Great survival garden item. Great survival garden item. You have some macronutrients in your carbs, right? You have some great fiber as well. It's just not a macronutrient. Well, technically, in the form of carb, it might be, but I'm going to stick with lots of carbs and also lots of nutrients. Okay. A lot of people in survival gardening, they think just about macros, proteins, carbohydrates, fats, and they don't think about, or they don't think as much as they should about trace minerals, vitamins, beneficial compounds, things like that. So, for survival gardening, the primary focus and perhaps the lion's share of your focus should be on macronutrients, okay, and calories. After that, in priority, you should be trying to fill in those nutritional gaps, especially if you're preparing for an emergency situation that could last more than just a few days, weeks, months, a year, or more, don't just think about macros and calories. Think nutrients. We are growing 8 new pumpkin varieties this year on top of the old ones. 8 new pumpkin varieties this year on top of the old ones? Wow. I just want to grow pumpkins for food, so we're growing sugar babies, and maybe I'll grow some other pumpkins that are great for food. I don't care about like ornamental. Some people grow them because they look cool and stuff, and that's fine. That's awesome. Keep on going, keep on growing. For us, most of what we do is about food. Twinbrook Acres, I've been unsuccessful with pumpkins and watermelons, Shawnee. Twinbrook Acres, we're right there with you, brother. My wife and I are right there with you. We've grown like a pumpkin or pumpkins, not many. We've grown maybe one watermelon successfully. I think it was small, but we're not going to quit. We're going to keep on going, keep on growing. Now I'm finally done the chopping off the chop and drop part. All right. I grew watermelons for the first time and none tasted good. I think I've heard of that. Yeah, to get that sugar content level up, I assume they need to be well watered, kind of steadily. And I assume that photosynthesis is going to be a very important part of that. And to grow watermelons well, you really need a lot of sunlight. A lot of people grow them in like 4 to 6 hours of sunlight a day, and it's not going to do well. You need like 8+ hours of sunlight a day, I think, in order for them to grow well and taste great. Folks, I'm going to step aside. If you're a moderator, CR, Shawnee Grows, Twinbrook Acres, if you're a moderator, hold it down in the chat. I'm going to charge the phone here and take a quick break. It's coming up on an hour now, so I'm going to take a quick like 2-3 minute break. It takes a tad longer for things to break down here, so I increased the surface area to aid in decomposition. Excellent thinking, CR. Surface area, brother. Surface area, brother. If you can afford, perhaps more affordable than usually used are more affordable than newer ones of the same type. Maybe an affordable used wood chipper. You can put more than just branches and twigs through that. You can put like stalks, large stems, boom, 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 break it up, and that might help you as far as getting more surface area. Shawnee Grows, I'm trying to source organic straw. Sent a few messages and no responses yet. Hey, Shawnee, if you can find some organic straw, and my wife and I could somehow here in Missouri get our hands on it, please let me know. You got my email. Shawnee Grows, I'm eager to get beds prepped. Have to wait. It's too muddy. Oh, it's like, oh, you want to go. You want to grow, but temperatures, precipitation, growing conditions, they're not ready for you, but you're ready. Whew. That's a gardening struggle, a gardener's struggle for real, right? Like, oh, gardeners, we're funny people. We're funny people. Like, I get excited about gardening. I really, really do. And sometimes I should curb my enthusiasm, slow down a little bit, hold off on planting certain things, hold off on transplanting certain things. But, I get excited. And I discussed some of that stuff in one of my wife's recent videos about like the reality of transplanting and hardening off stuff, with some encouraging words. And it's funny. Gardeners, we're really funny people sometimes. I'll just keep growing microgreens. LOL. Boom. Yeah, I just posted a short about a steak sandwich that we made with some mushrooms that we grew, shiitake mushrooms that we grew, and some microgreens that we grew, and it was absolutely delicious, phenomenal, and I'll say very nutritious. Okay, for us in our context personally. Funny but rooted in reality, right? Sometimes we're rooted in reality. Sometimes we are just dreamers. Yeah, I will. I want local organic straw. All I found is organic straw box shipped $45 from Epic Gardening. I'd rather buy a bale from a farmer. Ugh. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, let me know if you find something that my wife and I could get where we are. Get it to here or go pick it up maybe. Yeah, I saw your sandwich. I saw your sandwich. Yeah, awesome. Mr. Sweet Time. Power clapping. Mr. Sweet Time, listening and putting up 2 indoor grow systems. I ain't trying to wait for nothing. See, us gardeners, we can be funny sometimes. Like, sometimes we just go for it. Like, even if it doesn't make sense, like, whatever. uh, and sometimes that's really fun because sometimes things work out, right? And in those trial and errors, there is learning that happens. Like sometimes stupid things like leaving things on a ledge of our deck that I shouldn't be leaving out there and the wind knocking it down. That's heartbreaking, right? Like my wife was like, she wrote something like, I salvaged what I could. Losing seedlings. But I shouldn't have had them on the ledge. I don't know if I just didn't think about it. I thought they'd be fine. I was too lazy at the time. I don't know. Maybe a combination of things. Keep on going, keep on growing, and it's there's constant learning in gardening and most or all things of life. Mr. Sweet Time. All right. Well, thank you for being here, Mr. Sweet Time. I think I might not have welcomed you in, but there's your welcome if I didn't, and there's another welcome if I did already. Shawnee Grows ordered 110 books for the children coming next week. Totally excited to see them. 110 books. Huh? What do you got going on next week? I might have forgotten if you did tell me. Moofga? Did you get Mr. Sweet? I don't know what that means. Mr. Sweet Time, working out crazy for me right now. Dumpster diving in the ice. I found a stupid amount of shelves behind a big box store. That's amazing. And I'm going to tell you right now, before I take my little break, and you moderators, Shawnee Grows, Mr. Sweet Time, CR, whoever else might be here, Always Survive, might be in the background somewhere, listening, whatever. Whoever's the moderator, please keep an eye on the chat. But before I go, I am a huge, huge fan of dumpster diving. Haven't done it, in years or many years, but you can find some absolutely amazing things and save a massive amount of money by finding things instead of buying things. And what a real actual, like, instead of doing this like I was talking about earlier, people do go for the environment, go green, blah blah blah. What are you doing about it, right? People that keep things out of landfills, they're actually doing things for the environment. People that reuse, recycle, upcycle, actually doing things for the environment instead of walking around with a sign, which might be great. You know, protesting, nonviolent protests can be great. Maybe violence on an occasion or occasions might be good or great. I'm not condoning it. Not condoning it. Follow the laws and all of that. Just saying. Sometimes violence is the only language that people speak. And sometimes revolution is necessary. And from time to time, the tree of liberty must be fertilized with blood of tyrants, and patriots. Jefferson, someone. Anyway, woo, my brain is going. Dumpster diving. Absolutely amazing. Dumpster diving led me to fertilizing the tree of liberty with blood. Yeah. It'd be like that sometimes. Dumpster diving is amazing. I highly recommend it. Be safe, follow your laws, be respectful of property, you know. Be a good person, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, think a little bit before you jumping in someone's stuff, you know what I mean? Maybe ask, permission if it's, well, definitely ask permission if it's someone's personal garbage. Knock on the door. Goes back to that ancient art of conversation, that skill of conversation. Have a conversation. Maybe they'll be like, Johnny, I'm so happy you asked. You could actually help us get rid of some stuff. And that would be less stuff for the people who pick up garbage to pick up. Wow, this is a win-win situation. and it starts with a conversation, right? As far as like public garbage, things like that, um, government garbage, follow your laws, be smart, be safe, wear gloves. There's could be blades, knives, syringes, different things. Very serious, folks. Be safe if you're going to dumpster dive. Let me get caught up in the chat and then I'm going to take this break. I'm just so excited. I'm having such a good time. I'm just like, you know, I'm just still going. Yeah, it's a book bundler, 110 books. So one set is phonics readers and one set is beginner readers learn to read. So they are at that style. This is just all for your children, Shawnee. CR, I found a seed packet unopened in the grass once. That's cool. Oh, speaking of seeds, I left some seed packages outside recently and it rained. Oh, maybe I could salvage them. Maybe they're like, maybe that'll help them germinate. Maybe they're soaking. If I can get them out of the packages. Again, I've mentioned this in the past. One of the things I love about live streams, things, plural, one of the things I love is that I'm frequently reminded, hi, baby. Oh, you heard me? You heard me? You heard me talking about the seed packets? You got them? When? Talk louder, please. Talk louder, baby. You brought them in? Great job. You're welcome. I might not have heard everything you said, but great job getting those. You're welcome. So, as I'm talking about the seeds, my wife's older son, he's 8, showed me the seeds. He got them apparently, so I don't have to get them. So, like I was saying, one of the things I love about live streams is I'm frequently reminded about things to research, things to do. um, yeah, I'm having too much fun with you awesome people. I'm gonna take my break now. Hold it down in the chat. Moderators, please make sure people are behaving and all that stuff. Um, recover resources. Ooh, yes, recover resources. I see the C and the R there, CR. Mr. Sweet Time, ask and they might tell you where some more stuff or tell you come back later for the rest. Excellent comment, Mr. Sweet Time. Yes, they might know where more stuff is. You wrote or, but I'm going to add an and. I'm going to change that to an and / or. Tell you come back later for the rest. Excellent comment. The books are for our house, yes. We then travel to free little libraries and stock those. I might not understand that completely, but Shawnee, I got to pick your brain about homeschooling one day. Maybe my wife and I could chat with you. Maybe a phone call, a video chat or something about some homeschooling. Maybe share some ideas. Bowtie Life in the house. What's up, Bowtie Life? All right. Bowtie Life. Triple G. Greetings, global gardeners from the Emerald Coast of Florida, where 80 degrees Fahrenheit. He put the Celsius also. 80 degrees Fahrenheit, warmth billows, humidity rising, beans, okra, and peppers lining up for planting. Let's go. Let's grow. Welcome in, Bowtie Life. Okay, so seeds were not rained on. I think they did get rained on, but yeah, mine and my wife's older son brought them in at some point, so maybe they've dried out. I'm gonna try to plant them. I'll see what happens. Yeah, we can chat about homeschooling. Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. And Shawnee, I'll probably, by the way, everybody, let me pat me on the back. I actually have scheduled every Friday, 12 p.m. Central Time, that is, live stream will be happening. So we're getting organized. We're cleaning up our YouTube act. We're doing certain things. Real quick announcement before I go take my break. I will be having, or rather, my wife and I will be having Shawnee Grows as an expert on a panel. I think it will be just Shawnee Grows for this one. I really want to focus on picking Shawnee's brain and have the opportunity for the viewers to pick Shawnee's brain. Shawnee Grows will be on panel as an expert for some I think some awesome content. So I will be making that announcement this week. I think in the next few days, I'll know my work schedule. I'm gonna hopefully pick a time that works beautifully for Shawnee, and you know we're gonna make it happen. Shawnee and I, and maybe my wife as well, if she is available. Super looking forward to that. So just something to think about. And again, as I mentioned, I locked in Friday, 12 p.m. Central Time, live every week. So, put us in your calendar and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Keep us in on your mind. Little Free Library is a small, often wooden, community-driven book exchange box, usually located in front yards or public spaces, operating under a take a book, share a book honor system. I love that. I love that. That's awesome. Thank you for explaining that, Shawnee. Hey, all headed to work at the moment. Just saw you were up and wanted to support. Boom. Thank you, Bowtie Life. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you keep it playing, that's cool. If not, that's cool too. Have an awesome day. God is great. Stay safe. I'm going to finally take this break. Stop being awesome, people. And actually, I don't want you to stop being awesome. Keep being awesome while I'm gone. I was going to joke about stop being so awesome and keeping me talking and stuff and excited over here. I'm going to take my break now with my coffee. I'll be right back. Hold it down in the chat, moderators. Please. I'll be right back, folks. Okay, great. Now I can go too. I love you. Ooh, all right. I'm back. Let me get caught up in the I forgot to do something. 1 minute or less. I'll be right back. I'm back again. Let me get caught up in the chat if I can. All right. Bowtie Life wrote, "Have a blessed day. God is good. God is good all the time." Shawnee Grows, anyone have plans for the evening? Yes, we are going to a Good Friday service at, I'm not sure which church, but we're going to a Good Friday service at one of the churches that are in our church group, franchise, whatever it's called. He gone, me gone. Sorry, was AFK was listening. Away from keyboard. I know that one. Shawnee Gross. Someone remind me to boil eggs before the day is over. LOL. I will try to remind you if I see you on YouTube somewhere. Maybe in a comment later. I'll comment about that maybe. CR, hi bow tie. Sips on coffee too. Boom, sips on coffee too. I sipped on my coffee too. What should our next rant be? I'm rant ready. Now I'm all excited to talk about homeschooling, feeling the urge to make a clipboard list. What do you mean a clipboard list? Now I want to make notes, LOL. That's fresh paper. Pen smell. Mr. Sweets, my bad for not speaking. In and out, set. It's all good. All good. Do your thing. I'm happy so much. I'm very happy that you're playing this live right now. In and out, setting up shop lights is grow light. Will shop lights work as a grow light? I may have heard different things and or read different things. Whole setup is clearance, close out, or repurposed. Awesome. Less than $100 and also lights up my shop. Awesome. Shawnee wrote, neat. I think I saw a blue jay. Looked like a cardinal, I think. You may have. We have lots of birds on our property. I love that. I absolutely love birds. They're so important for healthy ecosystems. So important. And for us gardeners, we should love them because they help keep pest populations in control. Okay, delayed welcome back. That was 2 welcome backs I gave you folks. I had. He remembers, Yippee. Merlin Bird ID app listens to your birds and tells you what you have. That is cool. Screenshot worthy. Boom. I got to go through my screenshots. I want to go through my screenshots the last weeks. He remembers. What did I remember? What did I remember if you're talking about me? I love to dump ideas or resources on a clipboard list. Oh, actual clipboard. Okay. I might have thought you were talking about a digital clipboard of some type or some type of digital note thing. All right. I see 11 likes. I would love to have 12 before I finish. Oh, they might have messed up the live stream. AFK meaning. Oh, he remembers. Yeah, I remembered. Correct. Actual physical real clipboard. Oh, I love that. Just like I love real books, tangible books right? Old school books. I love them. I love them. I'm going to finish this up soon. If anybody is watching this and you have not hit the like, please hit the like. Maybe I should keep this going so to help my wife and I get more watch hours. But a lot of times when I end the live streams, we have like a relatively large amount of people playing it. I was looking at our property, and I think it's time to do some mowing of an area or areas, and I will be throwing out. I will be raking and throwing stuff out because I have so much up here I want to share. But we have kind of a toxin flow on our property. Typically, closer to your homes, you'll have higher levels of toxins than away from your homes. Things happen, soaps, detergents, things get spilled, bug spray, whatever. There's toxins that, they're everywhere. And I would love to, might be a long video, maybe a live stream at some point, go into my toxin flow that I have considered for our property. Really, really, really like nerdy, interesting stuff, trying to lower the parts per million of the amount of toxins in certain areas. So one of the ways I'm going to remove toxins is I'm going to mow an area close to our home. I'm going to rake it and throw that stuff out, get it off of our property, in hopes that the vegetation that I will be throwing out have remediated the soil and pulled toxins into the plants themselves and get rid of them. Oh, this gets my brain going. There's a slope on this part of our property, and the back of our home is like the area we try to be very low toxin. So the back part of our property, if something's even questionable, it's like, okay, it can go there. Like I sprayed some bug spray the other day, which is toxic garbage, but some of the only stuff that actually works really well. And I'd rather deal with a little bit of toxins, hopefully just a little bit, and not have any of us in our family get any tick diseases, like not being able to eat red meat and alpha gal, Lyme disease. So it slopes, so the rain will wash toxins down, and then as it wraps around our property, in theory, there will be less and less toxic load as it approaches our flower garden, our pollinator garden, that we hopefully have some flowers growing already. And if not, hopefully we will. But yeah, I will be removing some of this vegetation that might have some toxins in it and let Earth just heal itself. And we will continually add compost. Like there's times we come out here and just throw an orange peel, throw some coffee grounds, whatever. In this area, just constantly adding organic matter to the area. I'd like to do a video on that, a deep dive video, and really get into the details of what I have going on here. I think it might be really helpful for people who care about toxins, that is, and explain what we do on our property. The rest of our property that's away from our home, besides our shop, is probably very, very low toxin. Besides whatever garbage they're spraying in the skies and whatever else. For Colin, I added some of the chop and drop in. I don't know what you mean there, CR. I will be out at 1:45, by the way. I'm going to finish this now, I think. Did not hit the 12 likes, but I'm so thankful for the 11 likes that my wife and I did get on this live stream. Timbrook Acres, got to run. Take care. Take care, Rick. Be safe. Remember, God is great. Prep up. Stay safe. Thank you so much for all of your support by being here. And if you hit the like, thank you for doing that as well. Shawnee grows planting with purpose in stages along the toxin washout runoff. That is, I think, at least part of what I would like to get into. I think it would be an interesting video. Yeah, I'll need my wife to record me for that one because I want to walk around our property and point things out. I think that would be a great video. My brain just went to something negative. It's like, oh, I'll just share amazing content that could be really helpful and help people be healthier, and I'll get like 50 views. But people could like fart on a bag of Skittles and get millions of views. Like, I won't get into that anymore. But sad reality. Sweet Thumb. I think that might be Mr. Sweet Time or Mr. Sweet Thumb's other channel. Mr. Sweet Time's other channel. Detox microplastics is a hot topic. Okay. Hot topic as in maybe popular, trendy. Okay. Sweet, it's 12 likes. Oh, 12 likes! Sweet Thumb. I think you might have made that 12 likes happen or brought it up to 12 likes. If you did, thank you. Oh, he wrote 12. Thank you so much, Sweet Thumb, for making that happen. You're awesome. Folks, this was a fun live stream. I had a great time. And yeah, every Friday, hang out with me. And as my wife and I continue to improve what we do here on YouTube, editing, production, consistency, more long form content, and do different things, more shorts as well. Getting some horizontal live streams going. Keep an eye out for that collaboration with Shawnee upcoming. She will be on panel. Keep an eye out for that. And also, before I go, one last thing: my wife and I will be launching a new YouTube channel, and it's going to be a humor channel. We've got lots of funny stuff, life observances, kind of things we see, things we notice, things we laugh about, and I think it really could do very well. So I'll have more information for you folks as my wife and I move forward with that. Thumbnails, titles, yes, we're going to be working on thumbnails, titles. Might be revisiting some, going back to old content, repackaging it with better thumbnails, maybe better titles. Lots of things we're working on, but hey, we can do what we can do and what we want to do, and we're just going to keep on going. All right. Shawnee Grows daily rant. What do you mean daily rant? I had at least 2 rants in this live stream, I think. Take care. Stay proactive and keep growing what you can. Yes. Great advice, CR. All right. I'm going to finish this up. Everybody, thank you so much. God is great. I hope you all have an awesome day. Be kind today. Be nice. Spread some love. Do something. Preferably things to make this world a better place. And you absolutely can. You really, really can. By supporting my wife, our 2 sons, and myself in this live stream, by being here, you already done a kind thing or things. Be intentional about spreading some love and positivity in this world. The world really needs it. Okay. Sometimes when you call the live a rant, people click it. Oh, okay. Thank you. I think I might do that, and I think it's very natural and easy for me to rant. So maybe I'll pick a particular topic or topics to rant about, and maybe put the title as a specific topic or topics, or maybe I'll just have like an open rant session and just get into different things. Shawnee Grows wrote, see you all around. Hey, thanks again, everybody, for all of your support. God is great. Stay safe. Prep up. Spread some love and kindness. Take care, everybody.